Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jaden, if you don't already know. I'm going to be doing a labor and delivery video, I guess. So before I get into that, a quick update on baby and how she's doing. This is baby. I don't know why she looks so confused, but update, she is really trying to crawl right now, and she's just scooting everywhere. Like, she can crawl, but she can't actually crawl, if you know what I'm saying. She can scoot places, but she doesn't get the hands and the feet thing yet. So we're trying to work on that. She is almost 7 months right now, and she's starting to eat solids, starting to drink water, a lot of stuff. So it's really fun, and I'm getting pretty excited for what's going to come with her, like, growing and getting older and stuff like that. Before we get into this video, make sure to like and subscribe, turn the bell on, make sure to follow all of our social media down below. And let's get into this video. I just put baby down with her toys on the ground because she is really liking to be on the ground and start getting the hang of crawling and stuff. So she just plays down there with her toys. She's really busy, so you'll probably hear her throughout the video and stuff. But first things first. So when I think I was 34, they don't really know how many weeks I was. I was either 34 weeks or 38 weeks, depending on the time I got pregnant, but they don't know when I got pregnant, and neither do I, since I didn't tell anybody for so long. I didn't go to the doctor, get an ultrasound to see when I got pregnant. And if you don't get your ultrasound between like 20 and like 24 weeks or whatever, then you cannot tell how or when you got pregnant or whatever, something like that. Anyway, so I was going for my weekly checkup because I was 10 weeks away from my due date, which means you have to go to the doctor every week to get a checkup and see how everything's doing. And so at that time they thought I was 34 or 38 weeks. And so we went in there just thinking it was going to be a checkup and stuff. And then my midwife, she came in and she started checking me and seeing if I was like dilated at all. And I was. And so then she's like, well, are you ready to have a baby? And I was like, I mean, not really. Like, I didn't have anything ready. And she's like, well, I think we're gonna have a baby today. Like, let me just get another doctor and see if you are ready to do it today. And so then they said yes, and we had to go home. And I was freaking out because I was not ready to have a baby that day. I wasn't even close to I was kind of close to my due date, but I wasn't ready. And we went home and got all my stuff packed, got like my hospital bag and everything. I got all my family. I called all my family on my way to my house and told them that they needed to head down to the hospital because I was about to have her. And so then we got there with my immediate family, and we were all sitting in my room, and we got like food and stuff so that I could eat before everything happened. And they were getting ready to induce me because they had to like kick me into labor, which is what inducing means. So they were getting ready to give me that medicine through my IV, and they got the IV in. They were going to get the medicine, and then a doctor came in telling me that I wasn't going to have a baby today. And I got all dressed and everything was out of my bag. I was all set up to have a baby and stuff, and then they told me I had to go home. They said that they didn't know, they didn't want her to be too premature because she already was small when they like did an ultrasound in my stomach, and didn't want her to have to be in the NICU and stuff like that. So they said, you come back next week, the same day, same time or whatever, and we'll have a baby then. And so then I had to call my family and tell them to go back home because it wasn't happening today. And the next morning came and my mom was up all night because she was having like really bad back pain. So she was up the entire night, and then she gets a call in the morning after she just got home from the ER from her back and stuff like that, and says that I have to come back in because we need to have the baby today. So then she was just really frustrated and wasn't really having it that day. And so then we had to pack up all of our stuff again, had to go to the hospital. And then they said that I didn't have enough amniotic fluid to keep her like alive for another week, and they didn't want to be unsure and have things go wrong. And my placenta was shutting down, and so she wouldn't get any of, they were afraid that she wasn't getting any like food or anything to her. So then they actually induced me this time, called my family again, told them that it was happening this day, and they had to come back down to the hospital. And so then they induced me, and I had my 2 sisters there, my grandma and like my uncle, my aunt, and then both of my moms with me in the delivery room. And my adrenaline's running because they already like they're inducing me, and I'm like starting to feel the contractions a little bit, and it's just scaring me because I don't know how bad they're gonna get, and I don't know, I'm just very scared at this point. And so then a couple hours go by and I was getting them even worse. All my family was still in there. Everybody was coming in to like come say hi to me and stuff like that when I was going through contractions. But they weren't that bad, so I kind of told everybody that they can come in and see me and stuff like that. And then they started to get worse, so then my mom told everybody that they couldn't come see me no more and everybody had to get out. But my sisters and my 2 moms and my grandma were still in there with me while I was having my contractions. And baby, you don't touch the camera, because then you'll knock it down. Okay? You don't touch it. Say hi to the camera. So then I was at least like, when they started getting bad, like my contractions started getting bad, I was like 6 centimeters, I think, dilated. And I was too afraid to get the epidural. Like, I'd rather just have the pain of the contractions than get the epidural, because it's like a IV in your spine, and that freaked me out a lot. So I did not want to get that. And my mom was just kept telling me to like calm down and stuff, just get the epidural because you'll feel so much better after it. And I wouldn't do it. And so I was at least maybe 8 or 9 centimeters dilated before I got my epidural, and I decided to get it. And I wouldn't stay still, and you have to like hunch over so that they can put the IV in your spine or whatever. And I wasn't doing it because my contractions were hurting too bad, and so I had to like not move like this for like 5 contractions because they couldn't get it right because I kept on moving, and I wasn't staying like hunched over because it hurt so bad, and I was just crying the whole time. And then all these nurses were telling me to like breathe and stuff like that, but breathing was not helping for me. Breathing was not the technique that I needed, because every time I breathed it would just hurt more. So I was getting really angry with all of them because breathing wasn't helping, and I just wanted to stick to what I was doing, and I was just doing fine or whatever. So I kind of just ignored them, and I was like just getting really upset because they kept on telling me to breathe and it wasn't working. So I don't know. But I had my mom there. I get really hot when I'm like really nervous or whatever, so I was just sweating and getting really sick, and so she kept on getting me like cold rags and stuff to put on my forehead. And then, as I told you, I finally got the epidural, and all the contractions didn't go down like right away, but they went down really, really quick, and eventually I couldn't feel the contractions at all anymore. And then they told me that people were going to start coming in to come and see me and stuff like that. And so then that's when Brayden and his like his family came to come in and see me before I give birth to her. And then they told me that it wouldn't be till the next day till I had her, so I could go and I could take a nap. So I was getting ready to go to sleep and stuff like that. By now it's like maybe 10 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock, and I was getting ready to go to bed. I had everything set up, and then my nurse comes in and tells me that my monitor is showing that she is like coming out, like she's almost there. And so then she has to check me, and she said that she could feel her head and that we needed to get me into a delivery room right away because I was gonna have a baby really quick. And so then we did a trial run or whatever. So she told me we did a trial run of like me pushing and stuff so that she could know how fast this baby was gonna come or not. And so they didn't have any delivery rooms ready, and so we had to go into just a regular postpartum room, and they didn't have like the light and stuff. So then we went into there, and they found a delivery room that I could be in, so they had to switch me back over into a delivery room. And they didn't have like the little, I don't know, like the thing that they put a baby in, and it's like warm on top so that it can keep the baby warm if they're like if they're really premature and stuff like that. So then they had to get a bunch of nurses to try to find that cart thing so that they could get that into the room, because they thought that she was gonna have to go to the NICU and stuff. And then I am there, and I don't feel a thing. I'm just feeling great. Like I don't feel any of my body. And she tells me to push, and I got her out in like 2 pushes, which is very, very amazing to get a baby out in 2 pushes. She came out really quick, and after I had her, Brayden was in the room actually right like before I had her, and I had her, he cut her umbilical cord, and I was shaking like you don't even know how bad a person can shake. I was shaking so bad, and I just could not stop, and I was getting a little like anxious because I thought I was like gonna make her upset because I was shaking so bad. But finally I was able to calm down and stuff, and I got like an hour or whatever to spend with baby after I had her, before I had to start like trying to breastfeed her and trying to get her all cleaned up and stuff, which that was good. And then after I had her, Brayden went over and was with her while she got her shots and got the like fluid in her eyes or whatever. And then I had to go to the bathroom so that they could like clean me all up and stuff like that. And they got me up like when I was still on, like when I still had my epidural in my system or whatever. And so I was afraid that I was gonna just fall down when I got up, but actually I could feel where I was walking, and I walked just fine to the bathroom. And so I was really excited about that. And then I got to walk baby in her little like, I don't know, they put them in this little box thing after they're born or whatever. I got to walk her to the postpartum room, and that was really cool because we got a video and stuff, and the bell was ringing or whatever to know that I just had a baby. It was really fun, and she was literally so small, and I was just so excited to meet her and see what she looked like. What are you doing? What are you doing? I was just excited to see what color hair she had and see like her skin color and just see how beautiful she was. Are you okay? But postpartum, I had to stay there like maybe 2 days after that, and my mom took care of me the whole time. Postpartum, I think, is the worst part of the entire thing. Like, I'd rather have a baby than go through all the postpartum care that you have to go through. And it was just really bad. It was just really bad, and I was having so many emotions from just having a baby and just being like a new mom and stuff, that it was just really emotional for me every day. It was just really emotional time for me, and it was really hard to get used to having a baby and stuff like that. My mom helps me a lot, which is I'm very grateful for, because I don't think I could have done it without her help, because it is really hard and you just don't really know what you're doing most of the time. But being a mom really feels natural after you have a baby. Like, it really comes naturally of being a mom. And I was really glad because of that, because I had no idea what I was gonna do or what to do. Even though I took so many classes of how to be a mom and how to take care of a baby and stuff, I still was just clueless on how to take care of a baby. But after I had her, I realized it really does come natural, and everybody can be a mom, no matter what age you are. If you're young and you're old, you can still be a great mom. Age really doesn't matter. And yeah, I know this is kind of a mixed up story. It was kind of a crazy day, and it's hard for me to remember a lot of it because it was so long ago. But she's almost 7 months now, and we're both doing really good. So I'm really thankful for that, and I'm really thankful that I have her. She has flipped my life upside down for the good and for the bad, mostly for the good. Honestly, I don't know where my life would be right now if I didn't have her, and I'm just really glad that she's here. You say bye. I have to say bye. You gotta say bye. Say bye. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it was so like scrambled up and stuff, but there's going to be a new video posted next week with me and baby, and I hope you guys enjoy these videos. By the way, on all my social media, I do try to text all of you guys back. It's really hard sometimes, but I do really appreciate the love and support that you guys all give me and baby. We appreciate it a lot, and we love you all. Say bye. Bye. You have to smile. Say bye. Bye. Bye.